Anyway, before I got cut off, I was explaining different partnerships. I was explaining how a partnership is viewed, whether domestic or if it's a business partnership. But either way, it's a partnership. Partnership has nothing to do with sex. Partnership has nothing to do with anything except business. They keep Partnership has nothing to do with anything except business. See, when I enter into a relationship, I'm thinking business minded. And that's what type of women I need around me, or that's what type of business partner that I need in life. Like, I need someone who's thinking about love through business. Like, hey, you can love anything, you can love anyone, but hey, how can I help you, and how can you help me in the meantime? Do you get what I'm saying? And love comes. See, we like to lead love first, heart first. It doesn't work like that. Okay, and about having multiple partners, it's the same thing like business. You can have multiple partners in business, and it's not the same business, but yet it's under that same CEO. It's under that same main header. Like, that's what it's about. Now, lying to oneself. Most of us lie to ourselves. How? We tell each other that we're monogamous. We like to lie to ourselves and say, hey, we're monogamous. But someone has taught you that. Someone has instilled that into you. Someone has told you that your heart can't be polyamorous. Someone told you that you can't have more than one emotional heart or emotional center, that you can't love someone. That's someone telling you that you can't love someone one way with your heart and love another person another way with your mind. Like, you can't love people after you're done with them, or you can't love with people even though they don't love you anymore. That's the confusion. That's lying to oneself. And that's why we have ongoing problems, ongoing things into the next relationship, into the next domestic partnership, into the next business partnership. That is why. Now, having multiple selves. We all naturally have two selves, the higher self and the lower self. The lower self being that in us seeks the animalistic qualities, which seeks sex, which sees hunger, which sees emotions, which needs touch, feel, sight. The part of us, the ego, that's the lower self. And then the higher self, that spirit, everything about you that's invisible, everything about you that you can only feel but you can't see, that you can't necessarily hear unless someone can. Now, you also have the spirit man, the mental body, the astral body, the physical, the emotional self. Like, there's so many different cells, the solar self. Like, there's so many different cells. That's why we must all have knowledge of self. Like, how many of us spend all of our time and all of our life getting to know someone else, and we don't even know ourselves yet. We don't even know our God yet. We can't see God in the mirror. We can't see God in ourselves, or God anywhere outside of ourselves, or anywhere, because we're blind to it. We never look inside self. We don't even know ourselves. We don't even see ourselves and know our own worth and love ourselves. How many of us really have self-love? How many of us really, really, really have self-love, and how many of us don't? Flag me. Yeah. Okay, back. I like to share it so I have be able to way to get it. YouTube be trying to delete my videos. Now, okay, cheating. Cheating comes from us not realizing that we have multiple hearts, or not realizing that we have multiple selves. Cheating comes from lying. From, if you notice with my builds, they had the points come back to back to back, but it's a build up or to a crescendo, to a high point. You get what I'm saying? Let's go, and then I'll slow you back down all the way. You know what I'm saying? We build. That's how you build. We building bridges. Now, so you see, We discussed having multiple partners. We discussed lying to oneself. We discussed having multiple selves. Now what comes next? Cheating. Cheating comes from you lying to yourself. Cheating comes from you cheating yourself. Cheating comes from you um, forcing yourself to not have, to go without. That's where cheating comes from. Cheating is a natural thing. People naturally cheat because they're unhonest. They're dishonest with their partner. They don't tell their partner, hey, I am still attracted. Like, I need to get this out of my system. Like, hey, I made this decision too fast. Or, hey, something I need to tell you about myself. I'm polyamorous, if I want to use a definition, but really I just have a poly heart. I love more than you'll ever get to appreciate. So why can't we let other women appreciate, other beings appreciate this love I have, this love? And it's like, this love is so profound because I'm an empath, so I suck in all the hate, the anger. I suck in the lower self out of anyone I come in contact with, and the only energy I push back is love. And I love so hard, and my mind is so great that it's more love than one person. I mean, whatever you want to tell a person, whatever. That's how I break it down. Now, this ease. Disease comes from mixing energy, mixing vibrations, mixing the wrong kind of frequencies. See, disease forms from the wrong energies being around each other, or energies tuned to another person. Okay, look, I'm gonna show you, for example, males are positive. We're the positive. The female is the negative. I'm talking about it energy wise, in the natural orders of things. Males are positive, or the positive energy. Female is a negative energy. Just in the natural order of things. Not saying negative or positive as in thinking. I'm talking about in energetic levels. So disease comes from two positives mixing. Whenever a female has sex with two separate males, a disease forms because that's different energies breeding inside of her negative. That's two positives warring. Do you get what I'm saying? And it creates what? Burning sensation. That's where disease comes from. So a woman that's having sex with one dude, and that one dude is having sex with three women, there will be no disease. But yet, if another male is put into that sequence anywhere in the line, if another positive is put into that frequency, disease comes. So it's not women that produce disease. No, two males produce disease. That's just facts. That's the laws of nature. Women don't produce diseases. They just incubate them. They just hold them. That's why they never have symptoms, because that's a male thing. Males create diseases. Two positives create a spark, which is a disease. That's facts. Now, we have the lower self. My next point is lower self. That's the animalistic qualities of us. That's the part of us that need sex. That's the part of us that need water. That's the part of us that need food. That's the part of us that need sleep. It's the things that need the basic essentials out of life, plus that lust, plus that greed, plus that want. Do you get what I'm saying? But the higher self, which is the next point, of course, the higher self is that part of you that wants more, like wants to seek higher consciousness, wants to seek enlightenment, wants to seek higher education, wants to seek to know, to ask the who, what, where, when, and why of everything. You tell me to worship something, then tell me why. Tell me when this thing came into exist. Tell me where did you learn it. Tell me when does that happen. Like, ask the who, what, where, when, and why, and how. And I promise, like, the mass majority of things we believe in, we'll know the difference between truth and falsehood, because those are the only two things in the world, truth and falsehood. That belief, see, when you are allowed to believe something without knowing the who, what, where, when, why, and how, that's when you're able to be tricked. That's when you are able to be tricked, and that's when anyone can get you to believe anything. All right, let's go. Because Eve believed the snake. Beli Eve's children. So Eve believed the snake. Okay, look. We talked about higher and lower self. Look in the description if you want to know what we're building on. Right now, we're at the point of healing. Now, healing. How do you heal yourself? I feel like self is healed. This is for adults. Self is healed through pleasure. Self is healed through knowledge. Self is healed through understanding, understanding, overstanding. Self is healed right there within self. That is the only place to heal. So whenever you talk about healing, you have to heal self. And you know when you're 100% or not. You know sometimes you're like, hey, this just isn't me. Hey, I'm not feeling like myself. Hey, I'm not feeling myself. Hey, I'm not doing me. I'm not living my best life. So we know when self needs healing. It's about subtracting ourselves away from the things that are causing us distress. What's giving us negative energy? What's really making problems? What's causing problems? What is disagreeable? What is always disagreeable around me? Who's that person that always tells me no when I wanna do something great, or I have an idea and don't get to do my idea? Like, damn, I wonder if y'all can see that skull in the sky. Y'all see that skull in the sky? I'm always looking up. I see a skull and I see a bird. There goes his wing. There go the body. There go the other wing. And look, it's kissing a skull. Look, the elongated skull and everything. That's a real skull. I wonder, can I zoom the camera in? Oh, yeah, I can. Y'all see that skull clearly? You can clearly see that skull. It's a skull, and there go the elongated head right there. Do y'all see this? Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Oh, you can't comment today. But look, that really looks like a skull that way on the wing of the bird. That's a skull also. This is the type of stuff I just be noticing in the sky. I'm glad I was able to catch it on camera. Look, I can't see on the other side of these bushes, but that's a face. I love looking in the sky, y'all. You're always supposed to look in the sky. Look at those little skulls. Look at that little face. Oh, y'all putting henna in my hair, by the way. Now look, nature is natural. It says nature is nature, but nature is natural. What's natural? We talked about having multiple hearts, about having love that's too much for one person, and we drown them. Have you ever had too much love for a person and you just drown them, or someone had too much love for you and they just drown you and make you just go away, or that you just go away, or they just go away? And that's because love is too profound to hold it. There's a reason why there's more women than there is men, because a lot of women are being raised without love, without compassion, without knowing what unbiased love, unconditional love is from a male figure, or even from a female figure. But I'm speaking from a male standpoint, a single male standpoint. Like, a lot of women never even get to feel the type of love that I offer to women who could never appreciate it, who break my heart, who turn sour, who steal, who whatever they do. Like, that's why you get people like me going a whole year single. Now look to the wilderness. The wilderness is right inside of self. See, that's what we fail to realize. Wilderness is inside of self. That's our wild nature. Whenever we discover ourselves and we do soul searching and we go inside and then start to look out from in, we're never inside of ourselves. We must think our eyeballs and our third eye is something outside of self, because all we do is look around, but we never look inside. And from not looking inside, we don't truly know ourselves. Like, we fail to realize who we are. All we can do is be taught by school, be taught by our parents, be taught by college, be taught by YouTube, be taught by Google. But in all actuality, what are you teaching yourself? What kind of experience do you have to share with yourself? Like, you have to know what you're experiencing sometimes. We always look at experiences just from the outside looking in, or from the inside looking out. But how about from both ways? When we start looking at experiences and say, what did I learn here? What did I not learn? What can I know not to do in the future? What should I have did better? What should I do next time? Like, if you're not learning from experiences, whether it's good experiences, bad experiences, etc., every experience, every day, every second we have alive, we may not be alive tomorrow. I may not be here tomorrow. That's why I stream so much. That's why I share so much content, because I want to leave an impression about who I am and what I loved in life. Like, what was my focus in life. And that's just in sharing my experiences and helping people. That's what I love to do. You get what I'm saying? I love to expound on great knowledge, great esoteric knowledge that the Most High has blessed me to be able to translate to people. Like, the images and the emotions and the feelings that I get that don't belong to me, those are what I transmute into these lessons. So any of my content that you see, I just put all my content on private. I try to, at least. But when you see content from me, just know that this is just me expressing my translation of the glory of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, which is the higher self inside man, which is that same God that spoke to every prophet that ever came. Peace.